Let's talk about your home's central nervous system. I'm talking about the brain that controls your lights, your shades, the whole works. Now, what happens when that brain was designed for a completely different world, a world before iPhones, before LEDs were everywhere? Is it still smart enough for your home today?
Maybe this sounds a little too familiar. You spend all this money on beautiful new LED lights, and they just flicker and buzz. Or you want to change what a simple button on a keypad does, and you find out you can't. You need to call a programmer. Or, the craziest one, you have this incredibly sophisticated, expensive system, and you can't even control it from your phone. Now, if you're living with this, you know the frustration. And if you're building a new home, these are the exact headaches you want to design out from day one.
So, to really get why this happens, we need to hop in a time machine. We've got to look at how older systems, even the really high-end ones like Lutron's HomeWorks Illumination, were put together. I mean, they were amazing for their time, but that time was built on a completely different technological foundation than what we have today.
And this, right here, this is the core of the issue. Instead of having one unified network, these older systems had a separate, dedicated wire. They called it a link for literally every single job. You'd have one type of wire to talk to the dimming panels, a totally different wire for the keypads, and, you guessed it, another different wire just to connect multiple brains together. It was a tangled web by design.
All that complexity meant the main processor looked like something out of an old telephone exchange. It was just covered in all these different ports for different jobs. You had your MI link just for dimmers, an interprocessor link for other brains, and these ancient RS-232 ports for trying to connect to anything else. It was exactly like an old computer that needed a separate, unique plug for the mouse, a different one for the keyboard, another for the printer. You get the idea. Each one spoke its own private language.
And this rigid, complicated architecture is the direct cause of all those problems we talked about. It's why it struggles so much with modern LEDs. It's why it can't easily talk to the smart devices we all use today. And it's why there was no simple, built-in way to control things from an app. Worst of all, because every piece depends on these special, single-purpose connections, trying to expand the system or even just repair it gets really complicated and really expensive really fast.
Okay, but here's the good news. Technology didn't stand still, and the home's brain got a massive upgrade. Modern systems, like the HomeWorks QSX platform, completely blew up that old way of thinking. They reimagined how a smart home should be connected from the ground up. And this is a total game changer, whether you're trying to fix an old system or you're planning a brand new home.
And right here, this is the big aha moment. The new way threw out that entire tangled web of proprietary single-purpose wires and replaced it all with just one thing: standard Ethernet. Yeah, I'm talking about the exact same networking cable that connects your computer to the internet, that powers your Wi-Fi router. It's universal, it's powerful, and it's simple.
I mean, when you put them side by side, the difference is just night and day. The old system's mess of dedicated links? Gone. Replaced by one unified language, Ethernet. Those clunky, outdated ports for integration? They're now modern, secure IP-based connections. Even the power system got standardized. So now, instead of needing those special weird wires to link processors together, they just plug into the home's computer network. It is a radical shift towards simplicity and power.
Here's probably the best way to think about it. The old system was like one of those 1990s manual telephone switchboards, where an operator had to physically patch every single connection. The new QSX system, it's like a modern internet router that creates one single high-speed, flexible network for your entire house.
All right, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but upgrading my whole house sounds like a complete and total nightmare, right? Well, the answer, pretty surprisingly, is no. Whether you're upgrading an older home or building from scratch, the process follows a really clear and manageable blueprint.
For a home that's already built, the process is actually pretty slick. It starts with a pro assessing what you have. Then they literally just swap the old brain for the new QSX processor. But here's the really clever part. You don't have to replace everything. Special translator devices let the new brain talk to some of the older parts. And for other spots, you can replace old wire dimmers with new wireless ones, using the high-voltage wiring that's already in the wall. Then all your old settings are migrated over with a software tool. It's a structured path, not a demolition project.
Now, if you're building a new home, you get to hit the easy button. You just skip all those upgrade steps entirely. You get to start fresh with this clean, powerful, network-based foundation from the very first day. You're basically guaranteeing your home is truly built for the future, not for the past. So we've covered the what and the how. Let's get to the best part, the why.
What does this new, modern brain actually let you do? This is where your home gets completely reimagined. This new brain just unlocks a whole other level of control. Yeah, you get that perfect flicker-free dimming for LEDs, and of course seamless app control from anywhere in the world, but it goes way beyond that. You can bring in intelligent lighting that changes color with the time of day, you can control your shades, fans, even your outdoor heaters. It all talks to voice assistants and Apple HomeKit. But honestly, the best part for so many people is you can finally edit your own keypad buttons and scenes right from the app yourself. No more calling a programmer just to make a simple tweak. Of course, as soon as we start talking about putting your home's brain on a network, a big red flag goes up for a lot of people: security. And that's a valid concern. But with this new system, security isn't just tacked on at the end. It is built into the core design, right from the very beginning.
This secure foundation is built with multiple layers. The communication between your phone and the system, it's fully encrypted. Your remote access is protected with unique security keys for every single home. And just like your smartphone, the system gets automatic security updates pushed to it to stay ahead of any new threats. And signed firmware makes sure those updates are always authentic and directly from the source. It's not just a smarter system, it's a fundamentally safer one.
So when you really boil it all down, this whole upgrade, it's about more than just getting a few new features. It's a fundamental shift in how your home operates. You're moving its core away from fixed, aging hardware that can never change and onto a dynamic, software-based platform, one that can actually evolve, get better, and stay secure for years and years to come.
And that really brings us to the final question. Whether you're living with the frustrations of an older system or you're dreaming up a brand new home, in a world that's changing faster than ever, isn't it time your home's brain was finally built for the future?